I was watching myself being talked about on a podcast. I was being given labels. I was a writer. I was controversial. I was provocative. I was unknowable, exciting. It had been 28 years since my debut novel had been released, and they were doing the 30th anniversary now, because I hadn't been published in years, and no one, least of all me, knew if I ever would be again. Not wanting to be interviewed, I had sent a proxy, some guy from the pub I had ordered to wear shades as a disguise. The interview began asking him about the debut novel and the drama and conflict that had been so cynically engineered around it. The guy, wearing a T-shirt bearing the quote, "I am a jelly donut," from John F. Kennedy's 1963 speech in Berlin, replied with a stream of nonsense, exactly as we had practiced. As a boy, he said he had swam in a stream and fallen from a tree and made a list of pebbles. He had been born a slave and planned next Tuesday to drive a van around the UK, throwing books at the ignorant. Games made life fun and worth living, but soccer was overpriced and terminally boring, but at least we didn't stop our sports for an hour of commercials like the Americans did. He was asked if he planned writing another novel. I watched him throw his arms wide, as if to say who knows, before taking the sunglasses off to reveal he was not me. My mind briefly replayed the violent opening of the phone call from the agent. "Neil, what the fuck?" Then cut it off. It was so cool the way the brain adapted to protect you from certain memories. I drifted, sipped some wine, checked every app on my phone, checked the laptop, played a video, paused it, opened a new tab, played another, watched the plasma on the wall, some guy in a loud shirt and louder glasses, rummaging about in an antique shop, holding things up to camera, saying things. Had I spent my whole life in a state of disassociation? I was the kid who was told to swallow his feelings, the memory vivid, my father telling me to stop crying or he would break my legs. I trained myself to be the kid who was always fine when he wasn't, keeping all my agonies private, all my struggles to myself, pushing it all down, suppressing it all, especially the anger at how I was being treated, anger at them for doing it, anger at myself for allowing it, punished for expressing it, as if the only appropriate response was to take it and walk away as if nothing had happened. Had I got so good at distracting myself because it presented the illusion of progress? If I was moving, I was of value. If I was constantly busy, I would never stop to think. My mom mopped up everything. My father had just shouted at me for 10 full minutes, filling me with adrenaline, cortisol, stress. "Here's a plate of cookies." My father pinned me to the wall for saying it was unlikely the council would ever commission a statue of him because he wasn't important enough. Here were some new trainers and clothes vouchers. She would take me shopping at the weekend. It felt like I was going round in circles, replaying events that could never be changed. Patterns were made to broken. Life was there to be lived.